In the previous portion, you just saw an illustration of what we call store and forward telemedicine. That's when you have the ECG or the X-ray images taken, put on a server, and then forwarded to the specialist who then in turn prescribe a treatment. However, the much more exciting one is when you have real-time telemedicine where the doctor and the patient see each other face to face and are able to communicate in real time, right on the spot. And the doctor can tell the patient to tell him how he feels, to touch certain parts of their body and explain what they feel, and they're able to interact right there in real time, as you will see in the video that is coming up.
Collaboration with the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, India.
Hanji Anbinder ji. Hello. Hello.
What you're seeing is a cardiologist on the left of your screen and the patient on the right, interacting over a video telemedicine connection. The cardiologist is asking the patient a number of questions to determine how he's feeling, and the patient provides very detailed responses with regard to his current condition. If you can see through this illustration, the patient is holding one side of his chest because of chest pain, clearly giving the cardiologist the indication that the chest pain is substantial. At this point, the specialist gathers as much information as possible to give an accurate diagnosis. An ECG has been taken already and transmitted to the doctor. The specialist remains consistent with his series of questions, going back and forward with the patient. The specialist is now giving his diagnosis and believes the chest pain is non-related to his heart. It's determined that it is only muscle pain in his chest. However, the specialist requires, as a safety precaution, that the patient returns to another visit to obtain another ECG, just to make sure that nothing more serious is associated with his condition. Before the patient leaves, the specialist prescribes medication to ease the chest pain.
What we just saw was a real interaction between the specialist and the patient, where the patient was situated very far away and he was complaining of chest pain. And from that place, the specialist received a EMR, that was an electronic medical record, which included a lot of parameters like his blood pressure, his ECG, etc. And later on, what we saw was a video conferencing between them, where the specialist got to interact with the patient, asked her a lot of questions, whether he experiences the chest pain frequently, where the chest pain was exactly, what was the location of it, and did he experience other symptoms like breathlessness, etc., and does he have any family history of any heart diseases, etc. So based on that, he was able to come to certain conclusions. He was able to prescribe tablets which the patient could take, and he's also suggested a repeat ECG after 6 hours, which would be able to which will help him to make further diagnosis. So this is how a real-time video conferencing works. PGIMER, being a specialist hospital, receives a large number of referred cases from different areas of Punjab, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh. Now what is in front of you is the different statistics, the number of cases that have been referred to the hospital, to the specialist hospital from different areas. And the statistics for VSAT are for 5 years, and the other two, the ISD and VPN technology, the statistics are over the year. And the total number of cases that have been referred over this year for VSAT has been 1717, and for ISDN it is 37, and for VPN it is 534.
Yes, you've had several illustrations of how EMR and or telemedicine works. This is a tremendous technology that is making a health revolution all around the world, and we are excited to be in the middle and in the lead of this particular technology in both developed and developing nations. Now you can have a doctor or a specialist sit in the city of New York and treat a patient in some deep part of Africa, or you can have a doctor in Chicago treat a patient in the rural part of Louisiana. These are really great revolutions happening in the IT world and healthcare. And we are very, very excited about these technologies, and we hope you have learned a lot through this illustration. Now, doctors that are in retirement can have an opportunity to even use their talent to work on some of these telemedicine initiatives which we are developing. Or this could help reduce the burden of patient loads in some areas that could get assistance from doctors from other parts of the world, and be able to reach out to many patients that so need healthcare but don't have the opportunity to, or don't even have the kind of doctors around them to offer them such treatment. We are very excited you are watching, and we hope you've learned a lot through this process.
As we film all over the world, this is what the concept is. As we go from continent to continent, seeing the different various cultures, and it's very exciting. But also, you know, as we go and travel the globe, highlighting and showing telemedicine in a way that a lot of folks have not seen it. We get to see how different people are, but at the same token, we also get to see how alike everyone is. We are all human. So ultimately, it's all about quality of life and giving people choices. And awareness is the first step to being able to make an educated choice, a decision on your life, or potentially a life of a loved one, or the quality of life. And that's kind of what we get in terms of Hertzock Entertainment with regard to this type of project and this initiative that we're very excited about.